that will be installing different software, right, used for an event company. So that can be...
Can we claim? Simple answer is yes lah. But it cannot be just a plain website.
Yeah, it has to show that it's making the business more productive.
It must be, first of all, it must be a software. But software doesn't mean it cannot be your
But how
website.
come software and website is different, right?
You see, website can be... okay, typically, you were talking about 10 years back. Website means that, you know, you have a brochure, you scan it and you put on the web. It's called website. That one, of course, cannot. But nowadays, website is so sophisticated. Yeah, it has a lot of functionality.
Yeah, so we have to show that it is
It is a software on the web,
okay,
rather than website.
Yes.
Because when you say website, I cannot say yes or no, because website can be
Yeah, just like a brochure.
brochure on the web, you know, brochure on the internet. You know, that one is sure cannot one.
Okay.
Because nothing so innovative. But let's say if for that matter you look at my website. See my website, actually beneath it is a very integrated system to collect leads and to generate them. So this is a software.
You can claim.
Can claim.
But normally in your claim application, you don't go into all these details. You just say that, oh, my website, claim for my website, let's say development 10,000. Whether you scan one brochure or you sold complex, you don't normally like go and give all.
But if you claim website, they will ask you what is the website. If you ask the iPad, they will not ask.
Or will they ask?
They will ask.
Oh, okay.
So talking about the events one, let's say we don't want to set up our own system like blast out and then collect the data for people to register like this one. So we purchase from some company that create this. You can claim, right? This is the software, right?
Can.
Like the one that you register here, then you key in the name. This one.
Yeah.
We purchase from someone else, like Events Bike, something like that, who sell the tickets for us. Then they need us to purchase something like CRM because to manage the data.
Correct.
So this one can claim.
Can claim.
But the maintenance cannot claim because let's say every year we need to pay them the maintenance fees.
Maintenance always cannot claim because you know why? Maintenance is business cost.
But sometimes they have update batches, then we need to pay them. Like, oh, this version is out already.
That's why it's a matter of what to invoice. They invoice the term they use wrongly. The term they use wrongly.
Raymond, like for example, okay, you have a website, you know, now it's talking about Yahoo and Google search, right? So you actually pay some money for somebody to actually do this so-called search for you.
SEO SEO.
Yahoo and Google search, you know, per click basis. This one can be claimed.
You must structure your service correctly, because many of these SEO services actually they do provide a software. It's a blog, which lists down articles and then as a means to increase your ranking, so to speak, based on certain understanding of the algorithm and things like that. So you can claim for the leasing of the blog software.
The software, only the software.
Yeah. So
you have to speak to them.
For that, you ask them to speak to me better. So it's a matter of how you restructure the service.
The accounting packages also.
Yeah, accounting packages also. Accounting package can be claimed. Actually, a lot of software can be claimed. Actually, the keyword is office system software, which means that any software that is used in office system. You see, for the matter, you do know that this aircon, you know that it's still run by software, right? There's a software inside the.
Computer chip.
There's a computer chip inside the aircon. Then like that, maybe we claim for aircon, can or cannot? Cannot this is not office system. No, the aircon cannot claim. It's not okay. There is definitely software running on it, okay? Because there must be some control. Like when I press the remote control, it responds. It's definitely inside got some integrated chip. There is some CPU inside, but it's not a The only difference is it is not a office system software, because you cannot access from office system. That means I cannot access from here and then say maybe there's a button here and then say I click on it, it will off. It's not like that. It's not office system. But however, nowadays there are more and more innovation in home automation.
Yeah.
So it is not too far out. In fact, I'm looking for my first client. They do home automation. Then I try one case I will claim for the aircon. Or at least for the software on the aircon, not for the aircon.
Because now a lot of biometric law and all that. Then the
Oh yeah, the security one can claim.
all those are automation.
If it integrates with a payroll system, yes.
The ID card.
Payroll system means you clock in, after that the record will be saved, and
your staff come
Next hour.
in.
then as a result that they use that record to generate payroll. That one can.
Oh, usually the clock system, the security system, usually show you a lot when your staff come in. Can they consider as, oh, my staff come in now is considered?
No, because it's standalone.
No, it's linked to the computer system. Then
But if it's just linked to the computer system, but it doesn't do anything other than that, I don't think you can.
But I see from there I can monitor when my staff come in. Also consider a clocking in system. When my staff left.
Do you have staff?
Yeah.
Thought you supervisor.
Supervisor also can have staff.
True.
The cleaner also not.
Yeah.
重点你用 can right?
Okay. So so basically the key is must be integrated with the IT system lah. If it's not the time I asked before, CCTV can or cannot. You can also say CCTV is safe to hard disk, all these things, but the point is CCTV the nature is cannot . But the thing is it's very simple. You know CCTV cannot but webcam can .
You mean alarm system can no? Cisco alarm system quite expensive.
Okay, put it this way, I never tried before I haven't got a chance to try yet because usually security system when I ask is almost confirm no . But CCTV system usually consists on hardware hard disk all these things. Lay cable network cable. Sometimes you lay a cable to network the whole office can be thousands of dollars. That one can be claimed.
Can.
A lot of people don't know because they don't understand well enough. Network cable. You set a website. Let's say you are involved in the testing and development phase. Your manpower cost can be claimed. And there are some software, there are some website software that we claim. The website could have cost only maybe 5,000 to 10,000, but the claim on the manpower is 100,000 to 200,000. Yeah, it's more than the website. Because you spend your time in it to develop.
In which other cases can we claim manpower?
R&D. You see, you will ask a few slides above. Research and development. Later I'll talk about it. So this one you understand, but these are not exhaustive I mean, depending on which industry are you guys from, like in some.
For us, can we take like a card scanner? Can that be claimed?
Scanner in general can be claimed.
Card scanner.
Okay.
Name card scanner.
Name card scanner, yeah. Because
That one should not be a problem because if scanner can be claimed, name card scanner should be claimed.
Should be okay.
Because the logic is the same.
That's an innovation, right? Instead of fighting over the cards.
Yeah, we actually use
Yeah.
scan it and
Save time increase productivity.
Yeah.
Same time. And it's IT equipment. So those can be claimed. So this is automation equipment as you understand. Then the next category is training, which is quite interesting also. The training they define quite loosely. So as people usually understand that like training for government-based support. Training people usually associate with SDF, WDA, all these things, which has to be rather formalized training.
Certified.
Formalized and certified. That means they will even tell you what syllabus they have. Step 1 they do step 2 they teach step 3 they teach all these things. So you have all these things. These are very formalized training. But as far as PIC-based training is concerned, it's quite open-ended. There is no restriction on whatever whatever form of external training that you may be embarking on. So the course can be as generic as flower arrangement.
But do you have to show that this flower arrangement is something that I'm doing to help the business?
Okay, this one is like a stock market. So 1 year back when I asked them about the training, they say it doesn't have to be related to work.
Okay.
They say, are you sure? I'm not sure, because when I read the act, the Income Tax Act, it seems to suggest that it must be related to work. Okay, but so never mind. The act defines like that, but they may not enforce it. So eventually, as I ask more, then they will say that it should be related to work. You say, what does it mean by should? Should, is it? It's not a strong word, you know. So should means that if it is, then it's a bonus, but if it's not, then you still can give me the claim, you know.
Yeah.
So should. Then later I asked, then it become, that was like about 4 months ago. Now it changed to it must be relatable. Okay. Then later even more stricter. It must be related to the job scope of the person. Okay. So, but then even that is actually it restricts a bit, but not too much, because the thing is like for example, let's say flower arrangement. Of course, if you ask me whether it's applicable to all fields, it may not necessarily be. But if you are in hospitality, probably I can understand why flower arrangement. But
You're in banking, then
sometimes I see some flowers in the bank also. Not necessary. It's not a straight off no lah.
Okay.
It's not a straight off no.
Give it a shot.
I will give it a shot. Even flower. And then we have claim for yoga.
Oh, how?
Yoga is training what?
No, but how does yoga say help?
Okay, first of all,
You can work more.
Do they agree to that?
Just productivity.
okay, first of all, yoga is because that company happens to be in a yoga business. But secondly, okay, even if it's not a yoga business, I can always say yoga helps you to gain clarity, things like that.
Would they claim for gym memberships?
Never know lah, cannot lah.
You say the gym membership is for yoga.
That does, right? The health grant, that's one.
Yeah, HBB.
HBB, right? Pay for all this membership, get a nutritionist, send your stuff, exercise book, badminton court.
Yeah, all this training actually can claim PIQ though. You see gym membership, actually gym membership is cheap lah. You know what is expensive? The personal trainer. Aiyo, that one expensive. That one should be okay because it falls under the category.
Because it's training.
Yes, it's training what, isn't it?
Mental health improves.
It's training. It's actually considered external training. So since they don't put a restriction on what external training they can claim, then this one can claim. You must be able to prove that it relates to your work lah.
Team building?
Team building also can what? Team building also can. Even your sales training also can.
For the proprietors also can claim? As if it's a private
training for the proprietor cannot, unfortunately.
For the boss.
Training for the MD of the, let's say the
MD is still an employee.
That's why private limited company, the MD.
Yeah, private limited.
Because they never mention clearly, they say the sole proprietor cannot. But
No, it's very clear because sole proprietor is himself.
Yeah.
Private limited even is not yourself. Even you are the shareholder is not you also.
Even if you're the shareholder,
Even if you are the only shareholder of the company,
you're still
you
employed.
can still be employed by the company. So
okay lah.
you are employed of the company, so the company claim for your training, which you are employed by the company.
But if the company is owned by the
No one
Separate
registered
entity.
company is separate entity one.
separate
Yeah, from the individual.
But as long as private limited lah.
Yeah, private limited. His sole proprietor is a single, same entity.
Same for partnership lah.
Yeah.
Partner go for training also cannot. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is, I've heard external trainer and in-house trainer. What does that mean?
Sorry, in-house trainer.
Yeah.
In-house, okay. Training under PSC, there are two categories. Actually, inside one of them got other subcategory, but there are two main categories. One is internal training, one is external training. And the definition of external training is when the trainer is not under your payroll. That's the definition.
Sure.
So by definition, let's say Sunon, let's say if he is the shareholder of the company, he's also the director of the company, but the company, let's say, never pay him CPF, never pay him salary. Sometimes a lot of bosses work for free for their own company. So sometimes some bosses I know they may or may not take a pay, but it doesn't mean they have no money. But the point is, but if you don't take a pay from the company you are shareholder of, actually, do you know you are considered external trainer?
No, I didn't know, but okay.
I consider external trainer.
As long as you're not on the payroll.
Once the boss is in the payroll, you are considered internal trainer.
So then, okay, so external trainer, you can claim for his cost.
Cost fee lah.
For internal trainer, how do you claim?
You
Salary.
claim for the time cost of the salary.
Time cost of the salary.
Four
so,
things time
okay.
cost, the renting of materials, refreshment and booking of training rooms.
Correct.
Okay.
Rental of training venues. Stationery but stationery include
Renting of material cost.
include pen also.
But not the R&D, not the time take to prepare the materials.
For the stationery cost, I mean again just for academic purpose, I asked IRAS again whether can I claim for my Mont Blanc pen,
Then what do you do?
What do you think the answer is?
Yes.
They never say yes, they never say no but they just ask me one question, why do you buy such an expensive pen?
Okay, branding, company looks good.
And because
I buy an expensive pen for the train because I can claim. a lot of people say that.
Anyway, it's just for me academic purpose because under the law they cannot reject.
Yeah.
But they also cannot approve, so at least not without asking. Not without asking.
Yeah.
They say, why? But it's not against the law to claim for Mont Blanc pen. But they will say, why do you claim for Mont Blanc?
It's a waste technically. Like they're giving government money for just a branded pen.
Yeah. But for that matter, I mean, for the record, I'm not going to claim for my Mont Blanc pen because while it's not against the law, I don't want to be.
Don't abuse the system.
I don't want that. I don't know whether IRAS have a board they say funny claims and then they put on top and then they say my name is on there. Then everyone knows about me. Funny claims. Mont Blanc pen. I'd rather.
May I ask from you, for self-employed person, what kind of training claims can this person make?
Self-employed person cannot claim for anything that he himself go for the training. If your employee go for the training, you can claim for him. Right, today actually my wife who works for me she's not here today because she went for sales training by Lucy Group Don't know whether you guys heard. I think the training is on how to form sales team. So she's there now. So I can claim for her. But if I go, I cannot claim for my. That's why I avoid going to training.
So how then if you make an argument to IRAS, does the self-employed person become more productive if he doesn't go for training?
No, that one you are dealing with a technicality because a sole proprietor he himself, but it doesn't make any sense because sole proprietor you go for training the definition of sole proprietor is always for personal. Because you are in that category, it's always got go for personal. A private limited, although it's an entity by itself, but it's from the legal standpoint, it's just a stack of paper. It's a company secretary, there's a file which define your company. What is the payout capital? What is what? That's the company. But you mean the stack of paper can go for training? Cannot. The stack of paper can only say, let's say Sunon is the employer of this company and Sunon go for training and he can claim. That's all you can do. But as a supervisor, I am the person. I'm the company. Of course, I can go for training. I'm not a stack of paper. I'm a person.
So you have not successfully claimed for self-employed?
No need to claim because by default cannot. Don't even need to try one. You try to say, how come you don't know this is the basic requirement?
That one is clearly written in there.
Written already. Partner also cannot claim.
Self-employed will not have 3 CPF employees, right? Self-employed person.
No, that one you may still have because I didn't want to check with you. Okay, as far as the like just now me and Sunon was talking about some never mind, someone pick up the call. Okay, self-employed like financial advisor. Okay, many of them do not really have own private limited but it doesn't mean they don't have a team. Like some of them are quite successful because maybe certain restriction like I think AIA allow their agent to have their own private. AIA does, but some companies don't run. I don't think Prudential can also. Prudential I don't think cannot. But they can have their own agency lah. Okay. So what they do is like when they do that, they are self-employed. But they, you know, they can pay their CPF under their own personal name. No?
To the secretaries and all that.
Secretary, this person help me to arrange paperwork. These are, so they can pay under their personal name. And then let's say my IC number is S732-360. I can pay under this IC number. That means this is the CPF paying account. That means I employ the person under my name, not under a company's name. I can do that. So when I do that, I can apply for PIC.
But the thing is that they are not training the secretaries and their CPF, they are training their agents, which is not their staff. It's also okay.
That one not okay, but that one can only qualify under internal training. Internal training can train for your agents. Agents means they are not your staff lah.
Yeah, like real estate also.
In fact, that's the example they give in the
real estate.
in their document lah. Agents are agent in general.
Which means that the agency manager cannot claim for himself, but he can claim for his agent, right?
No lah, but you must be sure the agency manager still may be working for the sole proprietor. Agency manager still can be employee, you know.
Yeah, but then if you want ego training, then you have to the higher level have to claim for him lah, like the agency director.
His employer had to claim for him.
His agency director lah. That means then the agency director cannot claim if he go for training, because after that it's no more already.
No, you are mixing things up already. The only key thing is that, let's say if I claim for a staff A, it's only whether the person is my employee, and the only way to prove it is that I pay his CPF. That's why he's my employee.
No. The real estate boss or agency, insurance agency manager, they got 3 CPF staff, 3 employee, okay? But they have their own agency force also.
Yeah.
So if they train their agency force, as long as there's 3 criteria, there's a principal relationship, and then there's a ongoing relationship and revenue.
That one is considered internal training uncertified, which the cap is $10.
In the cash payout.
The external training, if it's external training, the beneficiary must be your employee. Your agents are not your employee.
They say can, they say.
I'm quite certain for that lah. As an external employee, they always ask whether this person is your employee. They will ask you the IC number. And if this person is not found in the CPF payroll.
No, for external training, they never ask you who you train on. They just ask you to substantiate your invoice.
They will ask you later in the email. I have kena too many times already. My staff will know because they always kena. External training, if the trainee is not employee, straight will be rejected one. Like I got one claim.
No, like you mentioned the real estate already. When they train
that one is internal training. No, that one I'm quite sure. That one is internal training. That one is because the agent are by default not employee. That one is internal training of your employee.
They specifically mentioned it's okay. Real estate.